it's a really exciting time actually, because it's the bridge between, we are very confident in what we can see in this project and where this project is going. But this is our time where all we need to do is increase the resource. We think that's a very straightforward step. The Talberg Project itself is on the side of a big historic mine.
So hello and welcome to the Assay TV. Today I'm here with Oliver Davies, CEO of Sky Metal. So Oliver, thanks for joining me today.
Hi Amy, really good to be here.
Great to have you here again. And so maybe you can just do a quick introduction into Sky Metals for those who don't know much about you.
Yep, sure. So Sky Metals is listed on the ASX. We listed in 2019 on a couple of large scale tin projects. And we had some early success when we did a deal on a gold project back in 2020. And then with the strength in the tin price over the last sort of couple of years or so, we focused back into our tin projects and the pretty rare and pretty exceptional opportunities that we see there in our tin projects.
Okay, amazing. And so you've had some really exciting news flow recently. So maybe we could start by looking at your Talberg project, which has recently commenced drilling. So what's your plan for that?
So at the moment, we do have a resource there, and we have a very large exploration target as well. But all of that is limited by how much drilling we've done. And this drilling program that we've got coming up now, the aim of that is to not only increase the size of the resource that we've defined there, but also to start to increase the confidence as well. And this program is a very important one for us, because the only milestones left for us to get to mine feasibility studies for this project is just increasing the size and confidence in this resource. So this drilling program is a very important step for us to be able to get into those studies.
Okay, great. And maybe we can get a little bit deeper into that. So, as you mentioned, now that the drilling has commenced, what sort of steps do you have to move the company forward?
So at the moment, we are planning to get this new resource out. On the back of that, we hope to have something that will look like sort of our first 7 to 10 years of production, and then we can start looking at the economics around the project. And the real game changer for this project has been in the ore sorting and what we've been able to achieve there, and the really terrific metallurgy. This project has uniquely coarse cassiterite, which is what the tin is hosted in, and all of these advantages mean that we think we can have a very low cost tin resource based out of Australia.
Okay, great. And so, looking at tin itself, prices have soared in recent weeks, with the prices actually reaching two-year highs. How does this compare to other kind of green energy metals? Do you see this sort of demand lasting?
Absolutely. Yeah. There's been some fundamental changes in tin demand, particularly over the last 20 years, and even just in the last couple of years. One of the big ones was back in 2003 when the EU outlawed lead use in solder, and tin being non-toxic is now the main use for tin is in solders, and it holds all electronics together. So although there's this very small amount of tin used, it's a very small market, and it's seeing a massive increase in demand. And the increase in demand is coming from uh, photovoltaics, solar photovoltaics. Obviously, in there, you need a lot of tin to hold those together, and also in AI technology, where we're seeing a big increase in the computer chip demand, and that sees a big increase in tin. And although tin is a small component of that, it represents a very big increase in the demand for tin. And currently, the supply is very challenged. A lot of tin comes out of Southeast Asia. Indonesia's recently had a ban on exporting tin there. Out of Banker Island, approvals have been delayed. That's about 20% of the world's tin. Myanmar provides about 10% of the world's tin. They've had mining bans in the Wa region there. So it's becoming a very, very challenged supply situation, and certainly something that needs some very stable jurisdictions to step up and start supplying tin. And that's where we think Tallebung fits into this story.
Okay, great. And I mean, a big part of kind of getting that supply up is the financing for these types of projects such as yours. So looking at financing, Sky Metals has recently completed a decent capital raise. So can you share a few more details with us and kind of what that money is going to be used for?
Yep. So the key points in this money is to get this drilling campaign done. Defining a big resource means you need lots of drilling, and that's what we're getting started now. And once we've got that drilling done, then we can get into the studies. Compared to drilling, the studies are relatively inexpensive. And then on the back of that, we hope to be able to prove the very low cost potential that this project has to produce a very high payability tin concentrate for the market.
Okay, perfect. And lastly, are there any kind of significant milestones that investors and others in the market should be looking out for in the coming months from Sky Metals?
Yeah, I think for us it's a really exciting time actually because it's the bridge between we are very confident in what we can see in this project and where this project is going. But this is our time where we all we need to do is increase the resource. We think that's a very straightforward step. The Tallebung project itself is on the side of a big historic mine. We haven't drilled under all of those workings. We've actually only tested a small footprint of the historic workings. So there's very quickly some very low risk areas to expand this resource into. So we think that resource expansion is very low risk. And that's our only gateway before we get into doing our mining studies and things where we can start to show what we think are very strong project economics. So it's a really exciting time to be involved in Sky, where we're going from something that we confidently are moving towards to being able to announce it to market on the back of this drilling, and we're hoping to get there in the next 6 months.
Okay, perfect. Well, we'll have to revisit this in a few months and see your progress. But Oliver, I really want to thank you for joining me here at the Assay today.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks very much.